Hello, everybody, and welcome to RealFlight 8. This is now on Steam. You might remember me playing 7.5, but today we're going to show you what RealFlight 8 has to offer. It's very, very, very similar to 7.5, so you're not going to see a huge jump to that. Now, the price tag on this sim is $100 on Steam. The reason for that is because it's an RC sim kind of niche. You have the ability to use, I have a Tactic TTX 610. It's a real transmitter with a USB dongle that goes into the PC that came with 7.5, so I can use it on this. So I'm using a real one. However, they're bringing more people into the RC community by allowing you to just have an Xbox 360 controller, and you can use that if you would like. So we have the Pit Special here. If you're familiar with RealFlight 7.5 or 7 or whatever, it's pretty much the same thing. You have your little menu over here on the left-hand side. Here we can change scenarios. So we have different scenarios we can select here. We've got different aircraft we can choose. We're just on the pits right now. These are different airports. Now, the airports, I wish we would have had some new ones. We unfortunately do not. I'm hoping that the Steam Workshop will open, or maybe some of the old mods will work. I haven't tested that just yet. We've got our nav guides up there. We've got our little radio options there. Binoculars, if you want to have that in the top left so you don't lose your plane or whatever. I'll put that away. And then we can have a different view if we would like. You can change the views with the F1 key there. So those are things that we can do there. We'll put that away. Let's do a little bit of flying. Now, I've been into the RC airplane hobby for a little while now. Add some power. On in the air we go. Beautiful. So we can turn our smoke on here and get going. We'll pull back the power a little bit here. So I've been doing RC airplanes for a while. I actually learned on this very sim before I bought my first RC airplane. And it really, really, really was an invaluable tool to go out and have some fun without, crashing your RC airplane. You can, change the weather, the wind, etc. Let's do some fun stuff here. Some snap rolls. All the way up there till we are about to run out. Whew, that was pretty cool. So you have to look at it as it's a tool to learn radio control flying. So that's the reason why it's $100, and normally it's over $200 because it comes with a controller. In this case, that isn't going to be the thing. Let's go ahead and kill the power here a little bit. And let's just get a nice little touch and go. Woo! Touch and go back to the power. Turn this on. And we're back and away. So you have these kind of fields. These are your photorealistic fields. And then you have 3D ones, which don't look very good. I'll be honest, they look pretty terrible. The ability now to use VR. So that's another big thing ever since they came over with RealFlight 8 was the addition of VR. You can be in VR and do this. And I haven't had a chance to try it yet, so I can't tell you what it's like, but I can imagine it'd be pretty realistic. Let's get this thing up to some speed here. Let's do a half Cuban. Whoop. Over and through. So you can do VR. Now, there is multiplayer, which I know Bugs has been really wanting to get into this hobby. But he is going to pick this up, so I'll show you some multiplayer stuff on this here shortly. Let's do another touch and go. We'll leave the smoke on this time. Ooh, it's gonna be a small little touch and go here. We're gonna run out of runway very quickly. There we go. I'll show you one of my favorite things to do, and that is to do some, they call it 3D flying. And it's basically not realistic unless you're, Skip and you're flying an airplane that you home built to do these kind of crazy things. But we can hover our airplane. If I bring it in over here, I'm going to show you. You want to bleed all that speed off. Just like this. Yep, like this. Keep bleeding it off. And then we're just going to go straight up. We're going to go. I'm still not the best at it. It takes a little bit to get used to. There we go. You can even get some torque rolls out of it. That's not going to happen that time, though. Let's try it again. From this side this time. Use that little bit of rudder. Bring us back around. And we'll go like this. Go up. Like this. Still not the best. It takes a little bit of practice, I'll tell you that. Woo, gonna wreck it. Almost wrecked it. Almost crashed that thing hardcore. Let's kill the power here so we can actually get a hover going on. I can't see shit through the clouds. There we go. Still not the best, but you get the idea. And there's other airplanes, and we'll play with those as well. Whoop, a little bit of bouncer there. Trying to get this to add the power in slightly, but you can't see anything through the smoke. And if you had a smoke system in your airplane, same thing would be the case there. So let's actually kill the smoke, and we'll try again on this side. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is just a lot of fun. I know it seems expensive, but you know, it's just the way that the market is on these things. All right, here we go. Now you can actually see it hovering. You couldn't see it before in the smoke. Not too much of a torque roll there. Not the greatest. So let's go ahead and bring this thing in for a landing here. Without crashing, hopefully. Ooh, a little bit more left. This thing is a little squirrely. There we go. And we are down. Use some aero. Oh, not too much aero braking. There's a little bit. Don't want to run into the grass or we ran into the grass. So we can hit spacebar anytime and reset it. Let's check some other airplanes out here. We've got tons to choose from. Now, you can have anything from World War II kind of airplanes. They have jets in here, helicopters. I'm really bad at helicopters. They are not easy to fly at all. Now, there's things like called the Sensei, the Fly Zone Sensei right here. This is pretty close to the Apprentice S that I own. I'll show you what it's like. It's just a little electric Cessna. Add that power and let's go fly them. Quite easy to fly. You know, not much to it. Pull the power back a little bit here. And I've got to say, like, this airplane right here is what taught me how to fly RC airplanes. And then I bought the real one, and when I went out to the field, it behaved just like it. It was really, really, really nice to just be familiar with how the airplane would react. And the controls that, you know, having an actual transmitter really helps. All right, let's pull the power back here. You do have to bleed off quite a bit of speed in this little guy. There we go, but not too much. It's got a great ground effect if you get the flare going just right here. There we go, and down. So you get a idea of what you can do right there. Let's just go ahead and throw it over there because it is an RC plane. And yes, you can just crash the living shit out of these. Looks like this. You can go up and then just, you know, destroy it if you want to. And if you hit it really hard, the wings will break apart and stuff. Let's check out a different flying field. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, these are the 3D ones. They are not nice. They're not pretty by any means, but they're 3D, so you'll have that. If we go to a different airplane here, we got, what do we have here? All sorts of different kinds to choose from. But I was looking for one a little bit crazier. The Cirrus is a very nice one as well. Ooh, that thing looked really cool. Oh, here we go. The Cap 232. That one's a lot of fun to fly. Put on some smoke here. That's a cool torque roller right there. And it will just do barrel rolls for days. Aileron rolls, I mean. Barrel roll would be more like this. Around the barrel, you know. But look at the aileron spins. But as you can see, the flying fields are not the best. The 3D ones aren't. Now maybe in VR, it'll be a little bit better. I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of them. Tons of fun. And I'll show you the crash physics here. Just absolutely demolish it into the ground. The sound of them, it's great. It's like, okay, let's go to a different one. I like photo scenery fields, personally. This one isn't too bad. I've done that one before in the past. Let's show off. Oh, Waco Field is a fun one. I do like this one. Any ones that have a good background They're fun. Okay, kill that smoke. And let's fly something else. We've got some neat planes in here, so I want to look at this. Got a gator on an airboat. That looks amazing. The Apache. I'll show you how terrible I am with helicopters. If you don't believe me, now we have to flip the little switch to turn on the throttle here. And it's going to come to life. It sounds like it's a turbine, actually. Turbine. All right. Add that collective up. Oh, hello, 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 hello. I told you I'm bad at these. Oh, we got it in the air, though. Still learning helicopters. They are a whole different animal. As you can see, they just kind of fly so strange. But you can do things like rolls in them. Like that. Spin it around this way. Let's see if we can land this thing in one piece. Ooh, man, you got to bleed off all that speed when you do it. Bring it down ever so slightly here. Woo! Hey, that wasn't too bad. Let's take off again. Bring it over this way a little bit. Whoop. It's all about real slight, easy movements with these things. You can't get too crazy with them. Like, oh, like that. Oh. And we destroyed it. So there's, you know, hundreds of dollars just destroyed right there. And this will save you money. Like 100%, it will save you money. Look at all these things you have to choose from. You have tons of airplanes to choose from. You even have a nice trainer with the golf balls on the bottom there, or tennis balls. You've got different kind of tricopters and quads to choose from. That thing is cool looking. The S-Bach is pretty cool. Here's all your different helicopters. Here's your drones. I'll show you what these are like to fly. They're tiny little guys. If you want to get into drone racing, you can do it here. Let's hit F1 for this. Woo! I don't remember how you change the actual camera view for the onboard. But yeah, little drones like this, they are interesting to fly. Takes a little bit to get used to. Let's bring this thing into land here. Nice hover. Whoa! Ooh. We made it down in one piece. It wasn't by much, but we did get it down. I'll show you my favorite airplane to fly in this. I know those are really cool looking ones there. But I want to show you the B-25. Is it going to be in the B's? Yes, probably. Yep, B-25 Mitchell. There it is right there. We'll hit fly. And check out this bad boy. We have flaps that work. I'll bring them up. Bring them down. We're going to bring them down for takeoff. And it's got these big 4-stroke motor sound. I think it's a 4-stroke motor that is in the in this airplane. Could be wrong about that, but pretty positive. All right, so we have our check. Everything looks like it's good. We can just turn around right here. And the bigger they usually are easier to fly. And this thing flies very well. So there's our power. Don't need 100% power here on the takeoff. Just about right there. And look at that, we're in the air. So now we can bring our gear up. And we'll start bringing our flaps in. There's a gear. Takes a while to come up. All right, and we're flying in the big B-25. Let's do a nice teardrop approach, and we'll do a fun flyby here. I try to fly these things to scale. So let's try to do some scale flying in this, but we're going to do a high-speed run here. So open up the power on this sucker and let it come back here to us. You see how easy I'm being on that on the stick there. You got to go real easy with it. It's such a cool airplane to fly. Turn our power back a little bit here. We'll do another pass by. And then we'll do some more fun stuff with it, like barrel rolls and loops even in this plane. Bring it down low here. Have that full power. Use that rudder to the right a little bit. And left. So it just takes a touch of rudder to help coordinate your turns. But you can fly this thing pretty crazy because it is a model RC. So we can do a loop here. Bring it down, get all that speed going. Did a loop, no problem. Do a barrel roll. That wasn't an issue either. Let's kill the power here. As we bleed speed off, we'll add that flap in, and we're going to drop the gear down as well. Now, in the real world, you'd fly by with the gear down so you could make sure it was working. And flap should be down completely here. Kill our power, and let's land this sucker on the grass. Now, in multiplayer, you can do dog fighting with paintballs and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. And we are down. Oh, that was Flapless Landing. Oopsies. Now, this thing can get off the ground real easy. If you turn around, have the flaps down, full power it, and look at it, you're in the air immediately. Like, it doesn't take much. So let's try another landing in this with flaps down. We had way too much speed on that last one. Because it is a model airplane, you can do pretty quick turnarounds with landings. You just want to focus on that. And we're down. Really, 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 really cool airplane to fly. I love the B-25. Now, the A-10 is in here as well. Let's go to that guy. He's at the top. Or did they take the A-10 out? Maybe they put it under Warthog. It used to be in here. I'm not sure where it's at. I think they might have removed the A-10. They had an F-16 for a while, too. Or was that an add-on I did? I can't remember. Ooh, that thing looks interesting. This guy right here, the BD-5J. Let's fly this thing. Oh, okay. Nope, that's that. I don't have a channel to close the canopy on it. Oh, we'll fly something else. Fly something else here. I can show you the float planes and stuff. I could have swore we had an A-10. Oh, the Harrier, that's what we had, which is absolutely insane to fly. Flaps are down. That's what we need for VTOL stuff. Actually, let's put them forward so we can taxi this guy out here. Here we go. And now they're all the way down, so we can just add that power. Woo! And we are up. There we go. Put the gear up. Face it towards us a little bit here. Boy, that thing is so cool. So to get it out of this mode and go into flying mode, we need to change the flaps. So we'll add that power, go to the second stage. You don't want to just dump it all the way in because it would get bad. And there it goes. We'll pull that power back a little bit and then we can go full forward on that. So now we're in pretty much flying mode, no longer in VTOL. Let's spin it around. Do a fast flyby here. Full power. You see how fast this little guy is. Camera can barely stick with it. You can see you can just dump it over with the ailerons. But if you want to be a little bit more realistic with it, you can pull back about half power here. Come back this way. And we'll do a slower one. Let's try a 4-point roll on this guy. So I'm at half throttle. We'll go up a little bit here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, need a little bit more altitude for that guy to be a little bit more realistic. So let's try to get this thing to slow down. So we want altitude and speed to do it. And we'll just drop it down to the second mode here. As you can see, it kind of just picked it up pretty quick. And then we can start slowing it way up here. Slow down, slow down, slow down. It really, really wants to go up in the air. And that makes sense. There we go. I'm going to bring it around this way. And then we're going to go into full mode here in a second. There's full mode right there. So let it drop down. And we'll add the power we need to here. There we go. It's starting to do it now. So now it kind of flies like a helicopter. Add that power. Don't want to lose it yet. Come on this way. I'm going to do it air show style. There she is. In all her glory. Ooh. A little backwards there. Put the gear down here. Woo! Hello. You got the gear. There we go. And we're going to try to land this thing in one piece here. It's going to be a little more difficult than you think. Bring it forward. So we want to get a hover going here in this thing. Like that. Let it come on down. Ooh, too much backwards momentum. That thing hovering very well. So it's small movements here. Bring it forward. Doesn't need much. There we go. And we'll bring it on down. There we go. That wasn't too bad, I guess. Bring it forward and we start to taxi this guy forward. Ton of fun. Absolutely so much fun. All right, let's try something else. Let's go to a, let's show you what the water is like to fly on. That's not a fun. We'll go to the lake. Lake Douglas will work. This thing's just going to fall into the river here, into the lake, just like that. Because we don't want that plane. We want a float plane. So let's do the, do we have the de Havilland Beaver? That'd be a fun one to fly. Yeah, on floats. It fly. There we go. It even has some flaps on it. Look at that. Working flaps. We'll do just one notch of flaps here. Turn this guy to the right here. We'll take off to the right. And full power. And look at that. Goes right up into the air. No problem at all. Flaps are up. Oh, don't hit the trees. You can't hit those trees back there. So this thing has got a lot of power in it. We only really need half a power on it when we fly it. Like this. Because full power, it's got some oomph. Let's see what we can get away with it. Can we do a loop? I'm sure we can. On up we go. Pull it back. Follow through. Yep, you can do loops no problem. What about a roll? Barrel roll. Not even an issue. Let's go ahead and kill the power there. I'm going to put in some flaps here and get this thing ready to land. And we'll go full flap on final here. Actually, we're going to turn around because we have way too much altitude here. Boy, the flaps in this one just really rocket that sucker up in the air. Let's turn around this way. All right. Let's see if we can get a landing on the water here. Look at all this forward stick I have to give this thing because it just wants to float. I mean, not on the water, but you know what I mean. There we go. That wasn't too bad. But yeah, those flaps are a little bit insane. We have to do it before we end this episode. We're going to have to do it. And that is drive the airboat with the alligator on it. I know everybody wants to see it. Me included. Jeez, man. What the shit? There we go. Airboating as an alligator with a cigar or cigarette in his mouth. I can't tell which one it is. Well, that thing is not playing very well, does it? No, it does not. I don't think there's anything we can do. Oh, hello. It's got some real good moves on that. Oh, that looks terrible, man. Oh, there we go. So you can go like this, slide it all around. Yeah, there's no flap option, no channels for anything else. Just an alligator smoking a, smoking a cigar, pretty much, or cigarette. No, it's a corncob pipe. Oh, that's amazing. All right, so we've seen the airboat. That thing is pretty fun to fly, to mess around with. So back to scenarios. These are the kind of things I'm telling you about. Blimp. It just throws you into these scenarios. Let's see what a blimp is like to fly here. Pretty much what you would think. Oh man, that is so cool though. You have your rudder right here. Pull back our power a little bit here. Let's kill the power and see if we can land this thing. No idea how you would even remotely start to bring it down. Don't think it has anything on the other channels. Nope. I guess you just have to wait for it to come down. Or we go power straight down. Kind of like a real blimp would be. Turn our way this way. I just got it full down here. There it goes. You have to give it some power to get it down. It's right here by us. Pull that back. Woo. You gonna go down? The soccer ball down there. I like that. Yep. Looks like we're gonna have a nice landing here. We just keep it like this. It'll just land right on that little wheel. There we go. That's what it's like to fly a RC blimp, if you ever wondered. If you ever wondered, that's exactly what it is. So that's pretty much going to do it for this impressions video. As far as, is it worth $100? If you plan on getting in the RC community, yes. If you plan on getting into the hobby, this is definitely worth doing. And if you do, you know, spend the extra money and get yourself a actual transmitter that works with this. It'll help you out so much so that you're not relying on the feel of an Xbox 360 controller or Xbox One controller, and then you go out to the field and with a real airplane and a real controller, and you're lost because they have a total different feel to them. But you can just jump in there and have fun with it. You surely can. But let me know what you think about multiplayer content. I do plan on doing a video with Bugs to show you that side of it. But as far as the single player stuff goes, this is what you have. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.